Hello, hello, it's Brooke-Sidney here, your favorite mindset and manifestation coach. And today I am talking about, I think, one of the biggest mistakes that people are making when they are trying to manifest something brand new. But before I get into it, I just want to remind you there are several ways to work with me. There's one-on-one coaching, email coaching, the manifesting frequency group course and program, as well as the ability to join this channel. So many options. Tune in and find out the best one for you. Today, I want to talk about one of the biggest mistakes that I see that we're making in the manifestation community. And I don't blame us because it is confusing. So the idea that you hear often espoused all around is that we should fake it until we make it. Fake it until we make it. And I think it's often confused with the idea of acting as if. So if you've been confused, make sure you stick till the end so that you can understand it and actually, I think, kind of reboot or refresh some of the manifesting practices that you've been doing. So the idea of faking it as you make it is, I think, in its most intentioned or well-intentioned way, is for us to, in a sense, fake whatever we are trying to have in our lives, fake it until it actually appears. But herein lies the challenge, is that we cannot truly fake it until we make it, because in manifestation world, in terms of spiritual law, we have to become the manifestation. And so before, you start getting super confused, I want to make sure that I break down kind of the differences. So to me, faking it means that you are becoming something that is not true to you. You are becoming something that is not who you are. You are actually even per se kind of putting on a show, right? You are, in essence, not being authentic to yourself, potentially not authentic to others in this effort to kind of place yourself into the manifestation, or in other words, act as if you have the manifestation, even though I think that there are dramatic differences between the two. Faking implies a lack of authenticity. It implies and means doing something that is not true, not real. And therein lies the big difference. What I help my clients do is step into the next level of themselves and to kind of honestly tap into the truth of who you already are. What many of you don't realize is that if you have a desire for something that is good for you and good for others, it is meant for you to have it. In scripture would say that God gives you the desires of your heart. And God actually is showing you those desires, right? And you can, if you don't believe in God, feel free to replace that word with the word that works for you. But with that being said, you would not have this desire. God would not show you this desire. You would not be trying to align with this desire if there wasn't already a part of you that was that desire. In other words, there is a part of you, there's a timeline, there's a version of you that has that desire. What I would encourage you to do is figure out how to tap into that part of you that is already with your manifestation, which is another beautiful way of talking about self-concept or timeline jumping. You must become the manifestation. Remember, we manifest who we are, not what we want. So instead of faking it until you make it, why don't you start to work on actually truly becoming it, becoming the person and having the self-concept that thinks the way that you would think, or the version of you that would think that has the manifestation. Feel that way, make actions that are in alignment with you having and becoming the manifestation. And I know that these differences are subtle. But friends, we're in the world of subtleties. When we are endeavoring to see something new and the whole, idea around being delusional, it's the idea of being able to reclaim that part of ourselves, that imagination, and to feel into that version of you that already exists. And that desire and that vision and that manifestation goal is the part of your soul pulling on you to step in and to discover and to spend more time in your reality, not the 3D reality, and resting and creating there. Connecting with God, connecting with the God within, connecting with that desire, and ultimately connecting and inviting yourself to become the version of you that has the thing that you want. Faking is not required. Actually, more authenticity is required. More ownership of your vision, of your dreams, whatever God has shown you, whatever your higher self, if that makes sense to you, has given you an idea of who you are and where your life is going and the things and the people that are truly an alignment and a fit to it. You don't need to fake it until you make it. You need to work on becoming the best version of yourself, because the best version of yourself, the most authentic, true version of yourself is dying to come through. And that, my friends, becomes the manifestation. You act as if when you are acting in alignment with the highest version of yourself, with the God-given nature and desire of yourself, with the part of you that knows deep down within that it is meant for you to not only have that desire, to have that SP, to have that job, to have the more money, to have that move to a new country, whatever it is that you are working on manifesting, these laws and principles apply to all of it. You must become it. And I don't think we fake it until we make it. I think that we already are it. It is the power. It is the responsibility, the beautiful responsibility of owning our vision, of owning our desires, owning our dreams, knowing that there's a timeline where it already exists, knowing that there's a version of ourselves that already has it. And all we have to do is, in fact, the opposite of faking it. It's the opposite of putting on a show. It's the opposite of giving more value to what's out there in the 3D world. And again, putting the value back into ourselves, into our visions, into our dreams, into our imagination, into hearing the voice of God and stepping into our higher version of ourselves that already has the manifestation. Again, we would not have the desire. We would not have the wish. We would not have the goal if there wasn't a part of us that's destined to not only have it, but become it. So today I encourage you to step into this subtlety, to step into this deeper understanding of who you are becoming on this process of manifesting your desire. And while you're here, I'd love for you to join this community by subscribing to this channel, liking this video, as well as sharing it out, y'all. Share it to someone who needs to hear this message, who needs to be encouraged to become more of what already exists inside of them. And turn on that bell so you know when I'm dropping the next one. See you in the next video.